Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this episode, whatever it is, of FPL Top Dogs. And it's been a long while since I've been on the show here. So where is mi amigo? Yes, this is it here. Right. So it's been before the 1st of November. And we've had the international break, which is, thank God, that's over, and we've just had game week 12 just gone here. Game week 12 is underneath us, and of course we can see what Chelsea have done there with their wing backs, Chilwell and James again on the assist sheet. Wow, Chilwell had loads of chances. Oh my God, against Leicester. 4 disallowed goals for Chelsea, and they managed 3. James scored 1, but Chilwell was just offside down the left. And I thought, wow, happy days. It's raining points, FPL points. And that's the danger. It seems to me Asfala and Alonso will be spared now for a game now and again, just to give James and Chilwell a break. We got 10 game weeks coming up here now. It's going to be helter-skelter. It's going to be survival of the fittest. Next game is game week 13 on the 27th. It's the 23rd now today. And after the 27th, it's the 30th, 4th of December, 10th of December, 14th of December, 18th of December, and then after Christmas, the 26th, 28th of December, and the 1st. So I think it's something like 10 game weeks in 40 days. So we're going to get back to where we were now with FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis. If you're tuning in, it's just an Irish podcast, also with the Premier League Fantasy Manager, and just something for us to hang on to with the Christy Nicholson Pub League in town in Ballyhaunis, County Mayo. And I've been doing these shows. My name is Vince. I'm known as the Guru. I'm here just to kind of take you through game week to game week, and any opinions that you might find interesting, or a different angle maybe I can give. I have an opinion. I have my own. It's not unduly influenced by anyone. We all have our own head. So let's have a look at what's been going on here. So this is game week 13 coming up. After Arsenal's display against Liverpool, you can just have to forgive them that. And they've been on a good run of form since. So I'd still be sticking with the likes of Saka and of course Emil Smith-Rowe. They're the two main men, along with Ramsdale. You expect now will have a clean sheet, although Newcastle scored 3 the other day against Brentford but conceded 3. There seems to be more of an emphasis on Newcastle now because of the perceived money that they have, or the Crown Prince bin Salman. The Saudi group, they have a company anyway that's running Newcastle, and they have the most wealthiest club in the whole world, Newcastle. So they'll be dying for January now. So I think they can make some crazy signings in January, and they'll get out of the bottom. They're propping up the table at the moment, but you still don't know about Newcastle. They have Sam Maximin, and Joe Linton scored the other day again, and they still have Wilson. They still have stuff up front, and look, I'm not saying that they're going to get a result there against Arsenal, but they could score. So Arsenal will be desperate to get back to winning ways after the 4-0. So, and Palace and Villa, Stevie Gerrard's back now as the manager of Villa from Rangers. Giovanni Bronckhorst has popped in now to replace him at Rangers. And Palace look really interesting, though that they've conceded a few goals, but their previous form's been phenomenal. And that guy in midfield, Gallagher, is just running the show. And you'd expect something like that. But Ollie Watkins is back, and he has to have a shout, doesn't he? He's very interesting. I'll get on to what my thoughts are of what the formation we should be thinking about, boys and girls, in the FPL top dogs. It's really, really shocking and blaringly obvious that it's not about forwards this season. If you're spending anything more than 8 million on a full forward, you're wasting your money, because you can get the likes of Watkins, and you can get even Timu Puki's back now, scoring a couple now in 2 or 3 games. People seem to be lauding him now. Pookie scored there against Southampton the other day. Norwich won again away to Brentford, which was shocking, and he scored again. So Pookie is that sort of guy that kind of streaky, very streaky, a bit like Vardy in a way. Once he stops, once he stops, he stops. Once he starts, he starts. Liverpool against Southampton. Look, again, that's not so. I don't think it's going to be massively easy for Liverpool this one. I think they have to still find the ways. How are they going to rest their main men? Like you've got the Champions League up here again now, Villarreal and Man United, Chelsea, Juventus. I haven't seen the Liverpool more. Man City are in there with Leipzig, Club Brugge, and PSG. So all of them, all the main protagonists, they have the Europa or the Champions League coming up. So they have to rest these guys sometime. Wolves away to Norwich. Yeah, so like Salah and Mane, and how are Liverpool going to manage to they're going to have to rest Salah somewhere and give Origi a chance. And this could be the game that they could give one of these guys, just give them a break. For Bobby's now injured, so Henderson, I think he's on the way back as well. Did he come on as a sub in the Arsenal game? I think he did. So Mane, yeah, Minamino will have to be given a chance as well. So yeah, the next game week. So anyone who's got any Wolves assets, they're going to let that roll for Norwich. But now Norwich are going for 3 in a row. So nothing is easy, nothing straightforward now with Norwich. It's crazy, but they're going to get a few more wins now. Pookie's backfiring. Jimenez and Wang, of course, are the two that people will be thinking of. Jimenez is back now among the attacking points returns. Brighton and Leeds. Well, we'll see. It's all with Leeds against Spurs now. They're still pack a punch, and I don't think many people are on Leeds assets now at the minute. Dallas looked really good there the other day, but Brighton, then most people have, like, Sanchez is suspended, but most people have a Duffy, or they have Trossard's been very popular. And I don't know what's happened with Mopai. He's didn't start the other day, so I'm not sure who to be on there with Brighton, apart from when their goalie gets back. Their sub goalkeeper Steele played the other day, so instead of Sanchez, so I have him as a second goalkeeper, and now that's an option. And I have Fernandez, so I didn't think Steele could have played, but there was another sub Brighton goalkeeper, and I thought, well, which one do you pick? And it seems to me Steele is the guy coming in instead of Sanchez for the next couple of more. Brentford and Everton. I don't know where Everton are at. They got lots of injuries, folks, now. Nobody knows how serious the Demarai Gray injury when he went off there. And obviously DCL, Dominic Calvert-Lewin's got to come back sometime. But Carlson just looked absolutely beleaguered and angry and upset, and he's just bored up there, just running around. No service. I think Decore is still out. Elan's just coming back from an injury. I don't know where Everton are at. This is a great chance for Brentford to get something and to really get back on track. They've drawn against Newcastle, but lost at home to Norwich. So against Spurs now. Listen, the Spurs, I've got Kane back. It was pretty easy to do, although I did take a -4 because I had to get Fernandez in for Sanchez, and then I just decided to blow about 3 million on Aubameyang for Kane, and it didn't matter if I made that choice at all because both of them blanked. So Kane had loads of chances. Just shocking that he didn't put one of them away against Leeds. You can't say he's rusty, or it's just one of those things. Strikers go through them. But Spurs have too many good fixtures coming up in the next 5 or 6 I thought, well, get in Son or get in Kane, and you can't really go too wrong there. I was very disappointed with Spurs in the first half. They just looked absolutely, gave the whole game up the ball, the whole lot to Leeds, and I just don't get it really. They just don't have any midfield to dominate to get anywhere near the Leeds players in the first half, and then they tired down, as you can see, and the Spurs got that goal. Leeds couldn't put them away with the second, and Gerhardt looked quite good up front as well for Leeds. There was no for Rafinha, which was a shock. What the hell? We all thought he was starting, and obviously Rodrigo's got to come back. So Spurs got away with that result there, and you can see what Anthony Conte absolutely went to ballistic after the final whistle there. I thought it was overkill, really. This is like Leeds, and this is get out of jail card was played on Sunday. I was disappointed. I had Kane as captain. Loads of people brought in Son as well. So very underwhelming. So, Liverpool versus Southampton. I'm just worried about Salah being rested. He probably won't be, probably play, but seriously, the Champions League is massive for them as well. So Spurs just have that conference thing. Kane will be playing Kane and Son will be playing all the Premier League games all over the Christmas. It doesn't matter. And I'm probably going to stick with Kane for the rest for about 4 or 5, give him a chance. Could have got a penalty there against Leeds there. I thought, but never mind. You take a chance. All in all, it wasn't a massive, difference between captain and Salah. He got no bonus points. He got 16. Kane got 4. So I got the 8 anyway. So that's 8 points. So I've lost out on 4 points overall just by captain and Kane over Salah. So I'm not devastated over that. But I'm going to give Kane more and stick with him. Not just because I'm a Spurs fan. It's just I've thrown in cashed in my chips now, the 3 million. I got 0.7 left to spend still, and I'll be looking at getting in Cancelo next. Hopefully I haven't missed that train. Leicester and Watford. Anyone who's got Vardy will be thinking, but now Watford seems to be the in team now. We'll go have a look at them, but Dennis and King now, everyone's looking at that, and as you can see over here in the price changes, this is the latest, 23rd of November. Dennis has gone up to 5.3 now from 5.2, which is not devastating, but that's what I'm on about. So I'm on about someone who plays all the time, and he's getting himself a bow. He done very well against United out the left. He took the ball down brilliant, and he squared it across. All King had to do was poke it in, and Dennis is getting above. He scored again as well late on against United, and he's a no-brainer. You could even have him up front on his own if you want. Or has that second striker that will, and same as King. Either one of these two guys are the ones to get in alongside your big striker. If you want to go 4-4-2 or 3-5-2, one of them guys, or even both, to be honest with you. And like Watford's run is actually quite difficult, but they're getting the job, they're getting the business done, aren't they? I think they devastated, didn't they? It was like Watford. What they got? Got Leicester away, but I'm not overly worried about that. They've just done United 4-1, and then they just was lost unluckily to that Arsenal goal where they complaining about the fact that the ball wasn't put out because one of their players are injured, and Arsenal didn't do that, and they got the goal. So that was unlucky. And so they lost against Southampton, all right. But I know they got a big win there. Yeah, the one against Everton, 5-2. Claudio Ranieri's done a great job in there. He's getting a response, and they're very interested now, Watford. They just thrown in the goals now. King got 3, Dennis and Cucho, João Pedro. So that's something to keep an eye on. So Dennis has gone up. People have obviously Manny's got his 0.1 back. He's back to 12 million. Elan from Everton has gone up a bit now. He's gone down. He's gone down. He's lost his 4.5. People have gone off him. Nick is the new guy from Chelsea who's not being played. So he's gone down to 5 million. He must have been 0.1, 5.1. And Velman, as people gone off, there's very, very minimal sort of stuff going on. It was all about yesterday, really. So Jimenez has gone up to 7.8. People fancy him, or everybody's on Regulon now, 5.1. And Cancelo's gone up again, 6.6. That's massive. That's nearly gone to Trent Alexander-Arnold money now. Reece James, happy I'm on him, but look at the movement of Emile Smith Rowe, 5.4 once, now he's 5.9. Everyone's getting off Souček, Areola, Kufel, Diaz from City. People are getting off him because he's not producing the returns. If you compare him with Rudiger at Chelsea, there's no comparison. And Bertrand has gone down. Vardy's gone down to 10.6. Everyone's getting off him. And Asfalacheka, and Christensen, they've gone off. So everybody's trying to make room for Reece James and Chilwell, whoever you haven't got. I had a pretty good game week this week. A bit disappointed a lot, of course, with Kane there. I thought if he'd done anything at all, like you're talking, I was up to about 90 or something, but it wasn't to be. And Kane is still scratching for form. It's a big move. I don't think it's as big a gamble as my Aguero Christmas gamble went last year. That was devastating for me and William Nestor, the hitman. He never started. He was on the bench. He came on. He got a point. If I didn't do that move, I would have. I'm sure I've lost 50 points overall because of that move. So I think Kane is going to be playing loads of games along with Son. Okay, Højbjerg has scored there. He's starting to score a few goals now, and Reguilon's popped up. So Spurs might end up having these pop-up guys, like Ndombele might squeeze in with one, or Mora did well the other day, setting this up for Højbjerg's Kosapak. He done well to square it back to him. But I definitely think if you've got any Spurs players, it's worth a chance. Look, Burnley are throwing in goals left, right, and centre. Seriously, they conceded 3 again. Brentford's next to home for Spurs. Again, that could be tricky, but Norwich at home. Look, these are the fixtures from heaven. So, the Kane move or the Son move is the right way to go. If you go by fixtures alone and you're a fixture sort of FPL manager guy, and you're always have to like that, even thinking like Regulon. That's why everyone's getting in Regulon. Is an attacking wing back. To say if anybody who's Chelsea's equivalent of he's nowhere near James or Chilwell at the moment, or TAA or Cancelo, granted, but the potential is there all the way till nearly the end of January, folks. Until Arsenal. Look, that's a 3 game for Chelsea, for Spurs. Spurs Arsenal on the 16th of January is only a 3 for Spurs. Are you joking me? That's a 5. There's no joke about that. So we can say until the 1st of January anyway. The FA Cup is then after that, and then it's the Arsenal game on the 16th for Tottenham. So, yeah, the Liverpool home game is the one there. That's a 5 as well. These fixture ratings are just a joke, really. I'd have the Brentford game up at 3, but Leicester's not. Look, Leicester are just, I don't know what Leicester are. They're scratching about, and look, see, the beauty about this is that look, the thing about Spurs is that Daniel James from Leeds scored his first goal, and guess who it was against? Tottenham. Anytime anybody needs a win or a morale boosting victory, Tottenham give it. Like Man United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we lost to United a few game weeks ago, and we gave Ole a boost after losing to Liverpool 5-0. And then they lost to City in between Spurs. So like Spurs are that happy club that you want to be facing. And if you need to get your first goal or get back running, Tottenham are the perfect team for every team to go. So that's why I'm not saying like Leicester. This is why I'm convinced that Maddison will score against Tottenham. Easy enough, he'll score a couple, because it's just the psychology of it all. Everybody knows we're Dr. Tottenham at the moment, and we're only scratching about. And look, Conte has already said that there's going to be 3 or 4 or 5 signings in January. We have to get rid of, get that wage bill down. And I think he's going to keep on with Eric Dyer. He seems to be a linchpin there at the moment. He needs Dyer on board, and he definitely came up trumps with that free. Got a lucky deflection off the post, and then Regs got there. But I think, yeah, this is the plan. It was a good move to get in either one of your Tottenham. I'm sure that Tottenham have to do something. They got a great run, and they're not in the worst position in the table. I don't know where tables, it says here, tables, yeah. Where we at the moment with Chelsea, we're 6 points clear until Liverpool got that win. So like, they're setting the pace. Chelsea, Man City 26 points, Liverpool 25, four back. A little bit of distance there. West Ham in the 4th position, 6 points back from Chelsea, and Arsenal, Wolves. Oh, and that win from Leeds for Tottenham bring up to 7th. In joint there with Wolves have really come back. They had a terrible start, didn't they? Now all of a sudden these few wins, win, draw, win, lose, win, that it can fly up the table. So I suppose it's not all lost for Tottenham yet. I suppose Man United in 17th is devastating. Lose, win, lose, last 5. Brighton in 9th, and yeah, Brighton were leading at one stage, leading away. They're really well up there. So yeah, it's all to play for there. So looking at my team, I've got Fernandes, Chilwell, TAA, James. Nothing wrong with the back 3. Mount is a problem. I'm worried about him and his teeth. Done nothing the other day, so I think he's definitely going to be a make weight for me to get Cancelo. I'm going to get rid of Wang very soon, and I'm just going to keep with Kane and Saint-Maximin. I just like Saint-Maximin. I know he's not done an awful lot. He's a hit and miss, but if Newcastle do anything, he's had a long run, but he does chip in there now and again. I think he got a lucky enough assist there as well. It was a deflection, and then Joe Linton popped it in. I think it was that one anyway. So like Newcastle, they got Norwich, Burnley, and Leicester coming next. Arsenal, that's if he gets anything there, fair enough. That's a bonus. Liverpool, City, and United then over Christmas, in between the Christmas day and then Everton away. So Norwich and Burnley and Leicester and Arsenal is anything to get the game week 13 against Arsenal is a bonus. So I think all the hoo-ha with Wang is over now. He's going to go back to what he was, but I think I'll keep him anyway until the Norwich and Burnley, and then you get off all your Wolves after that. They got Liverpool, City, Brighton, Chelsea, Watford at home, Arsenal, United up until the 3rd of January. So I think that's the Wolves train gone. So that's why I'm only hanging on. So I think Mount and Wang will be going for me. And I'd have no, well, I have to keep on to Mount probably if I want to get rid of, if I want to get Cancelo in. So maybe I have to keep Wang. How much is he? So the thing about Wang, I got him a 5.5, so he's 5.8 now. So what's the difference between him and Dennis? Well, Dennis is massive now. But yeah, it looks like Mount and probably Duffy, and I get in Cancelo and see what I can do. I think boys, looking at the crack here, is I don't think it's a top 3 is the way to go anymore. In fact, there's just no way of there's too many good attacking defenders here. like you can get, I want to get Cancelo in there. Liveramento. This guy's handy, and he's a sure starter. So if you've got Rudiger there, fair enough as well. So you could go with a back 5 easy enough. Jota's got this injury, got to keep an eye on. It's an ankle, or is it a knee? I think it's a knee. I know both of them have a knee, and I suppose Gray's got a knee as well, muscle injury. So just to see how it goes. Anyway, he'll probably have to be rested anyway, just to give him a chance. He can't play all the games now, so maybe Mount is the guy to keep on. So I'm going to roll this week and do nothing. Keep with what I have. Cancelo's a must now. And just going to the midfielders. Is there any value in there for a City midfielder? Kevin De Bruyne now has got COVID. He'll be mandatory out there for 10 days. Everyone's talking about Bernardo now. He's played all the games. Cancelo's played all the games. That's why this. Imagine if you had Cancelo and these guys, Chilwell, James, and TEA. Sure, that's the guts of 45 points there without you even doing anything. So anything, we all should be getting, hundreds nearly every week. The way it's all. If you've got your man from Chelsea, Mendy, but I think he's going to be missing the African Nations. So I'm very aware of the African Nations Cup coming up in January, February. So I don't have too many that will be missing for that. Of course, Salah will be missing. Maybe Sam Maximum. I'm not sure what country. I think he's African. Foden is blown out for 3 or 4 game weeks as well. It's very scary if you've got Foden. It's not been happening. Like 3 points, 1 point, 3 point, 2 points, then that big one against Brighton, 18, 6 and 7, chipping along. So he's had one good game. He's done most of his good work in the Champions League. So it's just a leap of faith. Gundogan is back in the good books. He's in there in the ball. So he looks like Torres is out injured again. What's the foot injury? He's back in January. He's out for a while. Torres, Grealish is out as well. He's got a knock, but it's 25% chance of playing. So Sterling is back. He's gone all the way back down to 10.6. So he's value, but he's not guaranteed to start. Mahrez was on the bench, did nothing when he came on. Palmer's been given a go at 4.5. I think he get an assist there. I think he might have got an assist. Yes, he got an assist with Cancelo. So very interesting in midfield of 4.5. That would probably, you got like get rid of Gray there, throw in. You got 1.1. That still won't be enough to get me my Cancelo, but let's just see what happens. He played very advanced role, Palmer, as well, against Everton. So I think he played as a false. you know, so there was no issue. So I'm minus 0.6. I can't just do that sort of two City. Well, 0.6. It's either Mount or Jota. I listen to more about what's happened to Jota. I just don't like taking a chance on Mount. But that's the way I feel about folks. So Cancelo. Let's just go through the defenders. So the main crux of this video is just highlighting the point, guys, that even Chalobah and Reguilon now is doing okay. Cresswell's a great option as well if you want Cresswell, and he's at the heart of all corners, and he gets so many assists as well this season. He's got loads of assists, Cresswell. You know, West Ham, City, Brighton, Chelsea, Burnley, Arsenal. Then after that, then it's all these 2 or 3 fixture ratings: Norwich, Southampton, Watford, Palace, down to January the 1st. And we've seen Cresswell has scored 1 goal, he's got 2 assists, 3 clean sheets. So it's worth keeping an eye on. But obviously, I have 3 Chelsea, but I'm just saying that if you had this backline, Cancelo, Chilwell, James, TAA, Rudiger, them 3, you can't go wrong with that. What else is now? I could get rid of. The thing is, Van Dijk has got a load of points here, but it must be just for clean sheets because I can't remember him. He's got 1 assist so far this season. Could be worth, because he'll be a regular starter. Chalobah's very interesting. Christensen isn't playing. Chalobah will play. So that's the crux there. But yeah, see, Liverpool was pretty high up there anyway. So that's still, a very good team, and you won't be blocking Liverpool or another Chelsea place there. But them 5. So after that, I'd probably play Kane. I prefer a 5-4-1 actually. So that's the story there anyway. I'll be rolling this week, so I'm not going to do too much. I'm just going to see how it goes. I hope Sa doesn't be taking any more penalties for Watford. I know he's missed one before. He did the other day against United. Yeah, so I'd probably go with that team there. Again, Fernandes, Chilwell, TAA, James, and then the 4 midfield: Mount, Salah, Jota, Sarr. I need to roll over the 2 subs if I want to get cancelled in the next while. He could probably be about 6.8 by the time I get him in. But when you're up there in the charts, where am I now? I'm 377. It's not too far. Like I was just under the 200,000 for a while, the last game week. So it can make up an awful lot of these grounds as long as you're in that sort of range, 350,000. A few amazing game weeks, you can be really well up there. So I'm happy enough considering I'm in a good position. I just need to make sure that I have to keep an eye on Mount. I'm just going to let that roll and keep faith, and that's it. So where are we now with the standings? Let's go to the King of Travellers first. I didn't cover the game week before. In the King of the Travellers, I managed to just draw level with the average, 42-42. I couldn't believe it. I thought I just had enough to squeak past it, but there you go. I didn't have a great game week. Andy from Let's Talk FPL got about 59. I couldn't believe it. How he gets these amazing 60s when everyone else gets 40s, and he thinks he's having a bad game week. Stephen Carney lost out to Andrew Cagnon there. Good score from him. Andy Fitzmaurice. Han Solo taking out the face man, 51-44. John Kelly bet the snowman. Sean Gilday, sniper, bet Owen Collins. Joey Fahey, Joey Fats took out Patrick Kiley. 63 there, good score for Starman there, taking out Mark Phillips, the Oracle. And Stephen Nolan beating Dazza Duffy from Armore. James Crane losing out again to Kieran Kiley. Gerry Freeley, well in the charts there, got a great win against Jason Coyne, 59-38. Connor Hussey done very well. He's having a great season, a massive, brilliant score, 76, taking out the hitman, William Nestor, 76-36. Now Richardson, our manager here, Ballyhaunis Town Football Club, taking out Owen Rowe, 42-35. And he's keeping an eye on things here, which is good to see. Kevin Guru, Kilbride, 51. Duncan Hannon, 41. So that was game week 11. And this one just gone. Kevin Kilbride lost out to the average now, so he owes €5 in the Boyle Sports pot now. He's in there with James Crane and Snowman. I might have to put 250 in because I drew with the bloody average. I think I might have to throw in 250. And hopefully we'll have a drinks at the end of it. So if we meet up someday, somewhere soon. Now Richardson won again, taking out Duncan has lost another one. There's a lot of good scores this week. I myself got 75. I'm happy enough for that. I took a -4, had 79, but I took out there and Andrew Cunyon there, who's been that's actually a good score to take out 58 there. Also, Connor Hussey's won again, 70 points against Owen Rowe, 34. The hitman lost out again to Gerry Freeley, 67-29. Jason Coyne bet James Crane from Boyle Sports, 77-21. Kieran Kiley, 59, just lost out to Stephen Nolan. Stephen Stratford, 67-59. Dazza Duffy was taken out by Starman, Adrian Phillips. The Oracle just lost out 59-61 to Pat Kiley. Joey Fahey lost out just to Owen Collins. Owens gets some great scores, some big scores, 80 points. Like that's the best score this week in Top Dogs. From what I see, we'll have a look at it. Sean Gilday just lost out. Well, he lost quite well to John Kelly, 64-47. Han Solo Fitzmaurice, 71. Snowman, 50. So Snowman's lost again. Devastating. We've had a draw. So Luigi Healy owes the kitty. No, does he not? Well, if you get a draw against somebody, it's possible that you have to owe the kitty as well. I don't know. But he drew with Stephen Carney, and that's a big one at the top of the table. That was Shane and Steve are fighting it out there with myself, Gerry Carney, and Owen Rowe. These are the standings of the King of the Travellers. Myself up there, 10-1-1, 10 wins, a draw, and a defeat. 31 points. Connor Hussey on 30 points. Had a defeat there instead of a draw. Along with Gerry Freeley on 30 points, 1 point behind me. Kieran Kiley, 4 points behind, number one. And then Stephen Nolan, 24, 7 points behind at the myself, along with Sniper and Owen Collins is up there. 22 then is Jason Coyne and Stephen Carney, and Starman at 21, 10 points back from first. So yeah, it's just I can't seem to get any daylight. I can't seem to shake off Connor Hussey and Gerry Freeley at the moment. They're just doing phenomenal until we play each other or something. That's the only crack. And I think the matches to come now here in game week 13, I've got Aidan Han Solo Fitz next. Tricky. Stephen Carney's got the average. So of the top, the guys at the top, Gerry Freeley's got Dazza Duffy, and Connor Hussey's got Kieran Kiley. So nothing easy there for the top three there at the moment. So that's probably the latest there at the King of the Travellers. Still a trophy there to be won. Let's have a look at the Christy Nicholson Pub. And I was up to 4th place in the Christy Nicholson, but the Hurricane flop. Just wait for this thing to come up. I am hungry. Right, so this is the latest now. Fergal Walsh has done very well. He's been unlucky with his Seuss there. He didn't get a start. Going to Fergal, he played his wild card, so he's on 823 points. I'm at 760, so that's a big chunk. At 63 points down on number 1 at the moment, and he's well out there ahead of Morgan Lyons on 805, so 18 points behind. Morgan Lyons who's having a great season. Let's have a quick look. He's unlucky with his Seuss. He had him. Palmer started. That was the pep trap. So Jesus went off, and probably one of these came on for Wang or Wilson. So as you can see, most of the points this season, it all comes from our defenders. That's where all the bulk are coming from. Fergal's got Mende, TA, James, Cancelo, Reguilon, probably the perfect defense. He's got in the trendy Gallagher, which is plucking away at points. Jota, Salah, Trosser, it's an interesting one. And he's gone right. He said there's no point with it. There's no value in top heavy, bloated, overweight strikers. There's no point. Like Wilson is just as good as anybody, and Wang, I'd probably have him in it, but it's an interesting wild card. Whether it will, especially up front, with these three, will Gallagher keep playing the way he's playing? Probably, don't know, but that's a very good fist of Mitchell will play as well. He's got Rowe there, even as he's got a great bench. So, and Foster is just he gave an assist there against United, I think, on the 4-1. Morgan Lyons, very brave again to see. Well, is it brave picking Cancelo? He started all the 12 games. He seems to be a linchpin. He's not really a defender. I watched him there the other day against Everton. He was more like a quarterback dictating the whole thing, not so much in the center, but everything from left to center. He was everywhere. He was in the 6-yard box, cutting back, trying to. Foden missed one. He could have scored a goal and another assist to Cancelo. So he's a must. It's I might even just have to do a -4 and just say, just bite the bullet, get this guy in, because you're just hemorrhaging points. But Cresswell, he's got Cresswell, Rowe, Gallagher with Salah. Antonio has not been doing a lot now. Andy from Let's Talk FPL wants to get rid of Antonio soon. Jimenez, fair enough, and Tony, fair enough. He could have scored again. He'll have to do something about De Bruyne now, whether probably he can just let De Bruyne roll or come back, but I don't know. It's a lot of money to be on the bench. He can definitely upgrade. Well, I don't think there's anybody that upgrade. If you're thinking about Son or Kane, then a great shout for that. He could even cash in with the De Bruyne money. You could just get rid of him, and who's got terrible games coming up now after Norwich, or it's just Hobson's choice which one Morgan wants to go for there. But he's in a great position. It's a lovely total. 805, 74 points, terrific. I got 75. So there's great scoring this week from most of us here. Joey Neenan, just got talking to Joey today, and he's getting in Son. Has he got Son in already? He says, yeah, he's got in Son. He was thinking about Kane, but Son is a great choice. Again, Foster's a great sub. Great. See, he didn't have to do anything about Sanchez. You can let Sanchez ride. Livramento, Cancelo, Chilwell, fair enough. Rudiger, no, that was. I see. Rudiger came in because Rafinha didn't play, so that's a great result for Joey there to get the Rudiger in. He had him on the bench, so. the fact that Rafinha didn't play, everybody thought he played, so that was a great result there for Joey. So that's phenomenal. He's in third place in the Christy Nicholson, 13 points behind Morgan, and 31 points behind Fergie Walsh. I say Fergie Walsh and Morgan, like, leading the Christy Nicholson's no joke. So they've not been there before. So it's going to be very interesting next 10 game weeks. Look, Joey, the commando, Joey Neenan, he has the experience. He number 79th in the world. Like, come on, that's the overall of the FPL. I'm happy just to be snuck in there a little bit. 30 points down on Joey. Joey said he's not having the best of seasons, of course. How can you after a 79th? I think the main thing for Joey is to get in amongst that top 1,000 or 5,000 again. That's the first thing you'd be thinking of. Just getting there as somewhere, getting the top 10 as quick as you can. Where is just have a quick look at Joey's so Joey is the overall rank of just under 140,000 in the world. So, he's well in there. The Rudiger thing going in there was phenomenal for Rafinha. Now we don't know what's wrong with Rafinha. I think he's absolutely scary now to have Rafinha in your team, because really he's been going there and back from Brazil for 3 game weeks now. We've had 3 international breaks. He's to and from Brazil all the time. He's not coming back proper. He's not getting enough rest. Is he playing? Is he not playing? He came off as a injured sub on 53 minutes against Wolves. He played 2 other games, got a goal, and then he's blown out against Tottenham. Against Southampton, he blew out again. So I don't know. I think I will hold on getting in Rafinha until I know, or have somebody on the bench. That's Joey's team anyway there for you. Cancelo, Chilwell, Livramento, Rudiger, Salah, Son, Foden. He'll be upset with Foden, what's going on there. Jimenez, Antonio, and Tony. So 1.2 million in the bank. Nice little amount. So after in 4th place is Connor Hussey's team. He's having a terrific season. We're talking a lot, me and Connor, on the WhatsApp, private WhatsApp actually. So he's got McCarthy there. Foster he was unlucky there. Foster probably have to start with him. Since he's getting assists as well. Chilwell, TAA, Cancelo, good defense, but he prefers Duffy now came on, so that's 4. So that's 4 defenders. So 4-4-2. He went with the Salah, Havertz, Son, Gallagher, Jimenez, Antonio. I'm not sure about Havertz anymore. Son is worth keeping. Jimenez has got 1 good game left. Origi, white and grey. Okay. It's just the vision of where you are, where your team is. Everyone's got the vision of what they want. Stephen Nolan, Stephen Stratford, Cancelo's been great. James Henry, wow, that's a good call there. Benrahma, nothing against Wolves the other day. Jota, Salah, Bissouma. Oh, I don't like Bissouma. Antonio, he must have came in for Rafinha, so that was a sub there. Christian didn't start because of Chalobah, Kane and Jimenez. It's a great team if you can get that clean sheet with Christensen and Rafinha. But this is what it's going to be, folks. It's going to be about what you have on the bench for the next 10 game weeks in the next 40 days. Jason Coyne, again, he's gone with Benrahma. I'm not sure. He doesn't get an awful lot of chances, but if he does, he'll snick one away. Let's have a look. Mendy, Cresswell, Cancelo, Chilwell, Duffy's in there as a sub, I see, because Rodrigo didn't play. Diaz didn't play, so his bench came out and forced there. So that's what I'm on about, really. You know, that's what you need to be chipping away at the points and guys that are playing. So fair enough there. Yeah, we've had to look at my team here. Liverento, Duffy, and Gray. Not sure if Gray will play, but I've got stuff to come off the bench if Jota and Sarr aren't playing. Look, I'm really happy I got in James. I stuck with James. I had him on the bench for ages, and I was getting a bit miffed off with him, and I just kept him on the bench there because I could see the price, you know, went up a notch. So you know, what I mean, there was a lot of worry. Well, will Alonso come in or whatever? Well, that's while I check it. But that problem seems to have gone away, and that's probably what's helped me propel myself up. Like if you 760 I am now. I was in fourth and I've lost fourth place by 3 points. So I'm not going to cry about it. I'm just looking at Joey and what I can do to get back at him. I've had for the first season, I've had a good start in FPL. And Gerry Freeley just 5 points behind me, and he's just behind me in the knot as well. Gerry's had a phenomenal season. He's made a lot of good choices. Semedo's done well there again. Good clean sheet. Havertz, that was a wow. Havertz, wow. That was brave, you know, not to go for Salah, but that's probably what you need to do to make some brave calls. Jota, Jimenez, and Vardy. Again, he'll be disappointed with Vardy. Leicester, I think, have Watford next. So, I mean, Jerry's got a very good team going here. Miembo has to do some more. He's like had 7 shots off the post so far. Nothing's going in. But I suppose the money you got him in it. He's a facilitator. A. Armstrong on the bench, still going with him. Yeah, interesting stuff. So he got Jota. So Smith Rowe for Jota. So he got rid of Smith Rowe, and then he got rid of Checker for Reguilon. So that was a good move by Gerry to get Reguilon in there. You can see that he's just made an instant 9 points there. Made a good move there. So as you can see, not many of our top dogs are in the top 10 at the minute. Kieran Long Dog Kylie, you know, is still not in our WhatsApp group, but the guys were, you know, they're blood brothers, you know, and you know, Kieran has dropped an awful lot now in the last few game weeks. He was leading it for a while. He's not out of it, but nearly 20 points down from me. It just shows I've made a lot of ground. So Gerry's there in 8th. I made Dave Martin in 9th, Kieran Kiley in 10th. Aidan Fitzmaurice, Aidan Han Solo, 741. It's one of our top dogs there, with Shane Healy in 12th, Starman in 13th, and Gilday Sean in 14th. The Mark Oracle, it was shocking, really. 707, 17th. It's a lot, you know. It's nearly 60 down on me. I didn't see that coming. Really, it is. Yeah, it's a funny old year this year here in the Christy Nicholson. There's definitely, you know, the coin. Jason Coyne's doing really well, has to be mentioned. Stephen Strett's come back strongly. He was worried for a while. And then a point down on Connor Hussey. And, you know, so Joey Neenan is without doubt the favourite now to win again. It's just down to whether we can get a bit of luck. Yeah, so look at Han Solo and Luigi Healy. They're still there in 12th, and the guys, they're all hanging about. They'll just need, you know, over the next 10 game weeks, guys, up until Christmas. This is where there can be so much moving done, and then we can take a bit of a breather in January, the FA Cup, and then there's another little run until the international break in March. And then you mean once you're in March, wherever you are in the table, you're thinking about consolidating or just going for broke. So that's where we are at the moment this year. Just a quick look at Owen Collins' team. He got an 80. At any point, he's got the Bernardo Silva going there. The captain Ronaldo still. Pookie, you see, Pookie's now all in. Everybody's looking at Pookie now. Antonio is still stuck in there because there's so much money in Antonio there. Martinez, of course, is good for Villa. Rudiger, Van Dijk. Instead of TAA, that's interesting. Not really, because you should have TAA. But he's got another Liverpool place open there, so he could wrangle in TAA if he wanted to. But that's where I'm on about. You need at least 4 defenders now these days. I don't think it's essential, but as long as you don't have TA in that team or Cancelo, you know, it's so easy to fix that. You can go flying more up the table with these guys in it. So it's not a lot of money on the bench to help. You need 2 transfers. Get rid of. Well, I'd keep Bernardo. I don't know. It's just how you feel. How you feel. And then, as I mentioned, Snowman will not be happy to see he's in 29th place. And it's, wow. It's not all over yet, though, but he's nearly 100 down from himself, which I'm shocked in the last few. It just feels like only about 4 game weeks ago, everybody was way up there. And now what's happened? Christie's, Livermento, Chilwell, Duffy. I'm sorry. I think Diaz has got to go for Cancelo. That's an easy one. He's got to get on James, but the problem with now, we mostly all have him, so it's going to be hard to get back at us because we have these guys. He's been on Kane early, and that's probably a reason why he's a bit miffed, because we're all getting in Kane now. He had Kane in a month ago. Kane's done nothing, and now we're expecting Kane to throw in the goals now because of the fixture run that I've showed what Spurs have coming up soon. So I don't know. I don't think there's a wild card needed there at the moment. It's just he'll have to it's a tricky situation. You just have to get on other guys. Like for the first thing's that Cancelo. Well, I'm going to get him in. So is there any point that Christie's going to get him in? I don't know who you look to. You just have to keep plugging away and doing your best. Get that top 10. And hopefully I'll have hats as well soon for everybody that finished in the top 10 last year. I will have the hats. So yeah, Donald O'Brien there, 691. Loughton, Foden. Foden has just killed him. Rafinha, no, he had nobody on the bench to come on for Rafinha. Ferdoni, Silvermines, Foster's fine. Look, Ronaldo's going to be the guy you need, and and Kane. They're the 2 of them you're going to need anyway. It's just that it's unlucky with the way the bench has fallen with Diaz and Christensen not playing. At least you had something to come on like Basuma and Duffy. That's basically something anyway. Yeah, everyone has to deal with whatever they got to do next. But congratulations to Fergie Walsh, still on the top. And that's the curtain call now for me here. And God bless, take care. Hopefully we're going to have a crazy 10 game week coming up, guys. Hang in there. Don't miss your deadlines. And I'll try and keep you up to date as best I can. So as you can hear, my tummy rumbling. Yeah, just got my shirt at the back. Yeah, Tottenham, United, and Ukraine. So anyway, yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is gone. He's left United. He's been kicked out, and we don't know at this stage who's going to pop in instead of Michael Carrick, who's took over the reins. It's just like Pochettino is there in the wings, waiting away. I don't think I have I do have football. Pochettino there is just basically crying out for the United job. He wants to get away from Paris and all this and that. Yeah, Pochettino's. I presume United will have to come up with a compensation package for Paris Saint-Germain. It never really worked out for Poch there. It's shocking, really. He found it hard to win a French title with Paris Saint-Germain. I think Lille won it last year. But yeah, he's open. The Argentine is held in high regard at Old Trafford. Ole Gunnar sacked. Look, it seems to me that for some reason Zinedine Zidane is not happy with the gig at United. I don't know. United ready to all this. Well, maybe he's just thinking, Ronaldo's 36 now, and what am I gonna do with Ronaldo now? Like, I've done what I've done with Ronaldo. I won my European Cups with Ronaldo. I think he won 4. I'm not sure, something like that. And I don't think it's. I think Pochettino. That's the job really for. I think Pochettino's the man really for United, and he'll bring on the kids. He'll have no problem with that. I think that's what he needs. Brendan Rodgers has gone a bit stale at Leicester. That's terrible what's going on there. He's still a great manager, Brendan Rodgers. I just think the whole thing is a bit. I think Spurs has been a good stepping stone for United, to be honest with you. He knows the Premier League very well. It's a big club, big stadium, great ambitions. He nearly realised them. He's got to a Champions League final, by the way, which is fair play to him. That's a feather in his cap. So I think he's got everything there for United. Whereas Brendan, I'm not sure about Brendan. He missed out there just with Liverpool in the Premier League. And Zidane, I don't think he needs to risk it. Whether he can go for the French international job, it seems to me he's more. That's the natural progression. Whether I don't think he's managed France before. I think Deschamps was for ages. I think he's still not sure. The French manager. Yeah. So it is the French national football manager appointment of the. It looked like this guy does look like Deschamps, doesn't it? It's Henri Guerin. But Didier was named. Okay, so on July 2012. So the French national football team manager. Yeah, that's all the history. Yeah, so since 2012, Didier Deschamps was the manager of the French football team. And so obviously, Zinedine Zidane, I think he can wait about until the next, the Qatar World Cup coming up, which won't feature Ireland, unfortunately. Will feature Scotland, probably, and Wales and England, of course. I think that's the gig for Didier, to be honest with you. And I think after Qatar, I think Zinedine will go in there. He doesn't need to take a chance at United. That's a massive gamble. And look, the Glaziers. People are saying they're more interested in fishing over in Green Bay, or wherever it is, or watching football. I think a lot of things have gone off the pump. They've took their hand off the pump there. With the since David Gill left, isn't it Woodward was in charge since, and it's not worked out for United. It's as a former United fan, not player, but fan. I can definitely look back at the past and see, my God, I remember when they won the title. I remember when they won the European Cup. I remember the whole Busby day. I mean, like, growing up in the 80s in Ireland, and the Busby babes were still massively in that was a massive part of people. Just my mum was from Manchester, is from Manchester, so she grew up watching all these guys in the training ground and everything. you know. Yeah, shocking. Look, that's the way the Premier League is gone now. Everybody's got money. I suppose United had most of the money back then, and you can't feel sorry for United now because it is what it is. City have the money. Chelsea, since the Roman Abramovich era, look at what's happened with them. Single-handedly, just won all them titles, and Jose Mourinho and all the the history in the past. So no team or no fans are owed anything, and that's what United fans have to kind of come to terms with. Is I have kids now growing up. They don't know what it's like, and it's true. It's 2013 is a long time. Like, it's nearly 8 years. So it's 8 years. So that's a generation of United fans. And they have the money to spend, and they're spending it, but the future was not Cristiano. And they spend a lot of money getting this guy in. Varane is in now, and he's getting superficial injuries from the ruggedness of the Premier League, and it's just niggles. I think Pochettino was the guy to go in there to start again, and a new Pochettino's fledglings can go on there at United. I think that's the only hope, really. He'd have no problem at the gig. Antonio Conte for Tottenham. My thoughts on him is the mood around Spurs fans is really good. They're delighted with how his passion is coming across just on the touchline. We were all very surprised Harry Winks played, and you could see from the first half that he wasn't in it, and we had no midfield. It's like playing against 11 against 9, so we'll have to see anyway with Conte. I think he's got a massive job on his hands at Tottenham. He deserves a medal just for going in and saying, I'm going to help Tottenham. I think he deserves every bit of money he can get, because he's a winner and he's won the Premier League title before. And to go into that Tottenham gig with the Daniel Levy messing about with him, it's just, we just have to say, oh, thank you for coming, Antonio. And the fans won't be on his back at all, because they realize we've got a deadwood sale of, they've got like 10 players there, just absolutely going nowhere. And now the fact that Ryan Sessegnon is back in the fold, that's at least something. I don't know what's been going on with him so far. So onwards and upwards there at the moment. Another mention just for what's his name? Dean Smith has gone to Norwich, got there, and they've got 2 wins already. And Gerrard at Villa. So all to play for, folks. And thanks for listening to my ramblings. God bless, and see you next time. Thanks for watching. And God bless both, folks. Bye.